Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. 欢迎来到绅士俱乐部。Nice seeing you guys. 那么今天呢，我就有一位好朋友，他的名字叫做 Kevin。他也是经常去 track days 或者是很多的 car show 那些活动的。他就是开一台 Honda Civic Type R FK8，非常漂亮。Let's go. What's up, Kevin? How you doing?
Thanks. Doing great. My
Nice.
name's Kevin. Nice to meet you guys.
Okay, that's your FK8, right?
Yes, this is my Civic Type R. It's a 2019. It's quite stock actually, but there's quite a few suspension components added onto the vehicle. I do have tires, brakes, two-piece rotors from Paragon. I'm running an R5 brake pad with a stainless steel line made from Goodrich. Braking is a very important thing, especially when you need to stop on the racetrack.
Right.
Other than that, it's pretty stock power-wise, but I do have a lot of suspension components ranging from coilovers with CKS suspensions, along with stance cups, air lift system. I'm also running white line sway bars front and rear. I believe it's going to be the 27 in the front and the 27 in the rear, along with their anti-lift kit, which is a solid lower control mount. It kind of helps out with traction for this front wheel drive, especially. And it's a great handling car. I have like 37,000 miles on it, still going. I mainly take it to the track now, but from time to time I take it to a few canyon cruises, up to Alice's, Azusa Canyon, Angel Crest Highway. See you
Right.
there.
Yeah. I saw you a couple of times over there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Quick 360, shall we?
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Take a quick peek. Mainly a lot of OEM parts.
Right.
Race Barrett splitter, along with Veris Engineering canards and Cusco tow hook. Also have a vented hood that helps out a lot with the overheating when you do push it hard.
Right.
Along with Aeroflow dynamic side skirts.
Nice.
The cup system actually helps out a lot because I can't get onto certain lifts and it gives me a really hard time to get service sometimes. So the cup system helps out a lot.
Right. So what about the interior? interior-wise?
Interior is actually quite messy, excuse it, but I do have Alcantara A-pillars as well as the cluster cover along with the entertainment winglet as well, and I also have these Alcantara mirrors as well.
Nice.
I'm also running a Acuity short shifter as well as a titanium shift knob.
How was it compared to the OEM?
It's far more stiffer and it locks in a lot easier compared to the OEM. The OEM was definitely a lot notchier compared to the Acuity, and the Acuity has a nice firm attachment to it, so
nice.
It's a good plus on my end.
Good to know. What about the suspensions?
Okay, so suspension-wise, I have a CKS one-way coilover system along with the stance cup.
So Kevin, what are the pros and cons of this car?
One of the pros and cons of this car is probably the head unit, actually.
The head unit.
I hate the head unit. Sometimes it doesn't recognize the phone. Sorry, that was
No
a
worries.
clean car.
Yeah.
A clean car.
Just get going. Yep.
Some of the pros on this car, it's a great reliable car. It has spacious room. I'm able to fit multiple sets of tires and wheels into this car, as well as it being a fun, practical track car. I'm able to bring all my extra wheels, my tools, my jacks along with the car, and myself included. I wanted something that was going to be fun to daily and also fun to track as well. And this was such a great chassis to actually start off with. And over time, the cons about this car is probably just the overheating heat soak that a lot of people will get into. Even at a stock tune, you'll be able to overheat your vehicle as well.
For real?
It depends on really how hard you drive.
Wow.
If you take it easy, you may not encounter overheating issues, but even at a stock powertrain with a stock tune, I'm able to overheat at 95 degrees on the track.
Dang, that's pretty bad.
So yes, but it really depends on how hard you push it.
Right.
But there are solutions to overcome that. Alright, so right now I'm currently running just the OEM Brembo that comes factory, AMSOIL Dominator .4 fluid. These are actually my stock, or my street wheels. I actually have a track setup. It's going to be a TE37s, but this setup is essentially just mainly for street. They're 18 by 10, 39 offset, and I'm running a 255/40 18s, a very uncommon size for most CTRs. Most CTRs run an 18 by 9.5, 45 offset. These are actually about a 39 offset.
Nice.
But on my track wheels that I don't actually have today, I'm running an OG TE37 in champ white as well. It's going to be an 18 by 10 as well, but a 41 offset. It definitely gives me a lot more room to where I won't rub with these. And I'm also running an AR1 from Nankang. Those are going to be a 265/35 18, and they're great tires.
How do you like it? They're great?
They're pretty consistent, and they actually don't get as greasy compared to the PS4S's that I normally use. Great setup, is my opinion.
Thank you. Alrighty, Kevin, so what about the rear? What have you done to it?
Okay, so having Aero is one of the things that I did manage to do on my vehicle. I added the 2V Voltex spoiler, as well as the Veris Engineering rear diffuser. Having these two items and as well as the race bred splitter helps out a lot. It definitely keeps my rear planted as well as the front as well. So you kind of have to have all three when you're going aero. You can't really just, half-ass it and just go spoiler and splitter and no diffuser. Everything helps out one another. So having these mods definitely keep me on the track. They definitely keep my rotations a lot cleaner and make me a confident driver as I am today.
What was your next move?
All right, so
Any plans?
I do have some plans after I'm finally finished with suspension and aero. I want to go ahead and move into cooling and then power. I've held out this opportunity for so long, but I think I'm actually finally ready to gain some real gains this time. What I'm looking towards on doing is maybe upgrading to a power CR Racing radiator as well as their intercooler setup. I am planning on getting an oil cooler because with adding more power you're gonna need to ump up the cooling, and with power I do want to go ahead and run with a catless downpipe with PRL and pretty much maybe move into the flex feel line.
Nice. E85 baby.
Yes, yes. That is the goals, but it's going to be a long chapter ahead of us for that.
Nice. Thank you very much, Kevin.
Much appreciated.
Thank you for your time. I'll see you on the next one.
Absolutely.